Just call it what it is it's a fucking Dookie Boy round. Fucking 5,000% of fucking Dookie Boy around. God damn, what do you need to see to fucking wake up? Does the shit paddle have to slap you right in your fucking face for you to snap out of your stupidity? Hey guys, back to do a comment reply video. Zane commented, "Your dad's story was hilarious. The South Side in Pittsburgh is full of crazies." Yeah, I went about, I don't know, 6 months ago now. I went there and I'd walked up and down that same street, and it was full of like junkies. And anyways, it's unfortunate. It wasn't that bad when I was there the first time. Skeptic 49 wrote, "I love your videos, Chris. A lot of us are stuck on the same rut, and likely death will be the only exit door. Hard as a kick to the nuts with a steel boot, but that's reality. We work, we feed, we fuck. If you're lucky to have that regularly. We argue with others, so our shit isn't taken away. We entertain ourselves. We try to better ourselves. We try to understand something, but in the end, we crumble and die. The only sliver lining I see is that there might be some ongoing process whereby the efforts of each generation add up to something good on the other side, an oversoul. Man, this reality is a real mind fuck. I'm really starting to get why so many people are religious or actively avoid questioning things. Lucidity and scrutiny feels like self-torture." That was a great comment from beginning to end. I agree with basically everything you said there, Skepticos. Uh, yeah, it's unfortunate, and I would say I remind myself on a regular basis now because I was in a position where I was close to death. From my perspective, I died 2 times. I always say 3 times, but the one in the middle I might have survived, but I still passed out due to exhaustion. And when you're really dying, or you believe you're dying, you could say, all the stupid shit that we think we care about in this reality don't matter that much no more. Like if I said I was going to give you $10 billion, you'd be like, cool. But if I said, but you don't get to wake up tomorrow morning, would you still take the deal? And you probably wouldn't. I mean, well, some people in this community might, I don't know, but most people wouldn't. They would see waking up in the morning worth more than $10 billion. Uh, but we'd be happy to receive $10 billion. We're not happy to wake up every day. The human avatar isn't programmed to be grateful. It isn't programmed to it's actually programmed to be the opposite of that. It gets annoyed or jaded with things over time, but it's not programmed to be grateful. It's a trained behavior, being grateful and thankful and appreciative. We're not appreciative by nature. We don't appreciate every day. We just complain and bitch and moan. And again, one day you will be clutching your guts, dying, going, "Man, why the fuck did I care about all that stupid shit? I should have did this or that." I think about it all the time. M. Wasson wrote, "Thank you for your courage and honesty, brother." You're welcome, M. Wasson. Magic Zebra wrote, "Dear Chris, please put yourself first. There is no need to put pressure on yourself to make YouTube videos if you are not feeling up to it. The best thing you can do for all of us is to take care of yourself. Sincerely, Magic Zebra." Thank you, Zebra. I appreciate that. I am. Uh, when I heal, I shut down. Like I have to completely shut down. And unfortunately, I can't get things done when I shut down completely. And I'm not even talking about YouTube. I'm talking about daily activity shit that's got to get done. I get nothing done if I shut down completely, but that is the only way that I can heal. I have to completely tune out everything, and I've been getting plenty of that, Zebra. I appreciate it, but I've been struggling my whole life. That ain't nothing new to me. Uh, but thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Joker's Yu-Gi-Oh! 666 wrote, "They Live, The 13th Floor, Ready Player One." Those are all great movies. Uh, And that list can go on. There's probably like 5 or 10 he could add to that that are really great. And who am I to say? Maybe some people think Mickey Mouse movies are the greatest movies ever made. You know what I'm saying? Star Wars movies are the greatest movies ever made. This is just my opinion. I think that those movies reveal truth, but again, that is just what I think. Who the fuck am I? Winter Ghost 1184 wrote, what if there were other Earth like templates beyond this one with a different atmosphere? Something that emulates this simulation we are currently in, but we create infinitely with our own imaginations without energetically being siphoned. The key word physical is a combination of both made up and the conceptually concerning part of our minds that don't question the things that we say without any forethought or consciousness. Physically or physicality is a part of the simulation. Maybe that Winter Ghost, if we're talking what ifs, Winter Ghost, maybe that, or maybe Earth Reality 1 is just the beginning stage to get us to learn what we like and don't like, so that when we start creating ourselves, which would be stage 2 or level 2 of human existence, when we create realms, or we just create whatever you want to call it, just create, period, you could say, we'll know how to create without some sort of, or you said template here, didn't you? But yeah, without some sort of original template. I thought you said template. But, oh yeah, you did. Templates beyond this one. What if there were other Earth-like templates beyond this? Okay, well, you could say uh, Earth would be the template for us to create whatever we wanted to create next. Only he wrote, only quantum physics can explain this sim game. And I don't know what you want to create, and I can't judge what you want to create. If it's just a creation, you can treat it however you want, and none of it morally matters. For example, if I created a realm that was just, I don't know, like the Jason movies, and I was Jason walking around with a mask, chopping people up in that realm, you could say, oh my God, Chris, why would you create a realm like that? You're sadistic. But the truth is, if it's just a creation, it's just a simulation. I'll kill somebody on Grand Theft Auto 5 right now, and nobody complains about it. So I think that we create realms, and I've heard a lot of astral projectors saying that a lot of the people that astral project do goofy shit like play sex games or murder games, like first person shooter type games in the astral. And you could say, well, oh God, it's so primitive. They're astral projectors and they're just playing sex games in the astral. And the truth is well, they're doing what their brain has only ever had access to. If you have access to this thing that is past or beyond the human experience, I would love to hear about it. What is this next level of greatness that we can attain past the low level meat monkey attracted things like having a realm that's just a whole realm full of big booty girls walking around? They did whatever you wanted, cook, clean, whatever. I mean, does that even matter in the astral? To cook and clean. In the astral, maybe we just won't have dust, so we won't have to dust every fucking 3 days. Uh, I don't know what kind of realms you guys would create, but what I'm saying is, how could you judge somebody else? Because the truth is, this is the original template. So if they created a bunch of sex rooms or sex games or whatever, that's what they wanted as a human. Who knows what they could want past what a human is? I would love to hear about that. Or he wrote, physicality is a part of the simulation. Only quantum physics can explain this sim game. The fact that it's an illusion, quantum entanglement slash quantum infinity illustrates our true nature as forever and everlasting. Um, yes, this is true, Winter Ghost, but who knows what quantum physics is or what's even observable is to be taken as truth. But I agree, if we're looking at it as a scientist, uh, yes, sir, promortalistin God mode. Promortalistin God mode. Sorry, but you believe in total nonsense. What energy are you talking about? You cannot scientifically prove this. Give me one sec, guys. She may just be barking at my neighbor or something. Uh, So what? Sorry, but you believe in total nonsense? What energy are you talking about? You cannot scientifically prove this. I don't know, bro. Then okay, pro-mortalist and God mode. What do you mean? But what part are you talking about? Okay, so if you're talking about the energy I'm talking about, I don't know. Just stay up for a few days and don't go to sleep. That energy. That energy is drained from you every day. You have to go to sleep. That means your body turns off. You're completely defenseless. Makes no sense in an evolutionary perspective, but you have to lay in a spot for 6 to 8 hours and knock out and hope that somebody doesn't just walk up and cut your throat or some dog don't walk up and bite your Adam's apple out. You have to hope that everything will be okay. You got to go and turn your body off to create more energy to be siphoned off of you. So, what are you talking about? What energy am I talking about? Do you just have an infinite amount of it? You cannot scientifically prove this? Motherfucker, use your own mind. What do you mean? Your own, not your own mind, your own daily experience. You don't need a scientist. Fuck science. And what's funny, I'm very scientifically minded, but I don't care about fuck science. I'm talking about your actual experience, bro. And you want to talk about a science thing? The energy you use to exist. That's the energy I'm talking about. And if you're talking about loosh, I can't prove loosh exists. Uh, when you play a video game, what do you get out of it? You could say entertainment. That's what I think's happening. You could call it loosh. I think we're being played for entertainment. They get something off it, or we create something when we're negative. I don't know all that. I do know it would be a great explanation as to why there's so much nastiness and negativity for us to experience in our human experience. Because we don't benefit from suffering or being depressed or being in pain and miserable. So, this idea that something feeds off that other than us makes sort of sense to me from a logical perspective. Because, again, we don't feed off of it. It fucking sucks from our perspective. Mini Ramp Tricks 1986 wrote, "What's your MetaQuest profile name, Chris?" I actually can't tell you that, Mini Ramp Tricks, because it's not mine. It's my brother's. And I'm just borrowing his thing. I say he gave it to me like 5 months ago, and he's not all that interested. I guess if it's been this long and he hasn't grabbed it yet, but it's his profile, I guess, that I play under. It's not mine, but it's the his system, and I can't give you his information. Shengel Thunder wrote, "Upload whenever you feel like it, Chris. You owe us nothing. Only do what feels right to you." Thank you, Shingo. I appreciate that. I am, guys. I don't know if you've noticed, my uploads have definitely slowed down since February. Um, but anyways, yeah, I'm doing the best I can. I am. I'm not going to go crazy. Trust me. I, I'm actually already used to teeter tottering this line between sanity and insanity. This line between being the gentle, sweet, loving guy that I am and becoming the guy from the movie falling down and losing my fucking shit. Like I really do. I can. I guess you could say I can sense me losing my sanity. So when it gets to that point, I back off. I know my threshold. Thank you guys though for the concern. I appreciate you guys. It means a lot to me. Maybe my tone of voice don't say it. Maybe my reactions don't say it. But you guys mean the world to me too. This isn't Shig, I heard you talking to Mark Antilonis and you were saying stuff like, and Chris is like, I'm not a leader to nobody, man. I'm not a leader to nobody. I got my opinions, and I'm not any more important than anybody else. Because from my perspective, you guys are super important to me. uh, and Mirabelle 69 wrote, I think so. Well, I guess what I'm saying is the same way you're concerned with me, Shengel, and whoever else commented that it was a zebra. I'm concerned about you guys too, you know, and there's a lot of people that struggle in this reality. I'm one of them, and I help them. And Mirabelle 69 wrote, I think And Maribel 69 wrote, I think grief is the worst. Yeah, grief sucks. And Maribel, it does. Hey, I'm V wrote, smiling faces. Thank you, V. I appreciate you, love. I'm glad that I make you happy. And Maribel 69 wrote, I'll be leaving that. I'm sorry, excuse me. I'll be leaving that headset on 24/7. It's enjoyable. It's actually fun. It's fun when I'm in it. But then again, I'm sort of, I don't know if it's just like I've gotten older thing. I mean, I don't know. But I just sort of really like even the VR thing. Like when I'm playing it, I'm kind of enjoying it. Once I'm off it, though, I don't have that urge to get back on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll sit there for months and months, and I might play it again and then kind of have fun that time. But then I don't know, just something changed in me these past few years. I don't know what's happened, but and not just me. A lot of people. A lot of people are talking about this anhedonia or this inability to enjoy things they used to enjoy. Life stuff. Maybe they're just broken. Maybe they've gone numb. Maybe they've become the fucking dead eye, the dead-eyed people, like a nonconformist radio would call them. I know exactly what he's talking about. Those are the only people I used to fear because they're crazy. They'll kill you. They're crazy. They don't feel anything or something. Something's wrong with them. They don't have empathy, uh, or at least it appears that way. If you're looking at them like from a reading them perspective, it appears that they don't have empathy or that they don't care. And seeing dealing with people that talk a good game and people that actually behave a good game. When shit gets violent and nasty, it's always them dead-eyed motherfuckers that are actually like about that life. All the ones that talk crazy and take their shirt off and flex their six-pack, they're really sissies that are scared. And the ones that are actually tough are really just the quiet ones. Trust me, I mean, I've seen this a million times in my life. I've seen this a million times. It never fails. I've never actually seen the loudmouth one be the badass, ever. Uh, Pro Mortalist in God Mode wrote, I see VR controllers from the Quest 2 probably. Do you play VR chat? No, Pro Mortal. Is that the one where you just run around? You see people and they run around. It's like, not the great graphics. It's like your avatar's graphics, I guess you could say. I don't like that game. Well, it's not a game. It's like a no. I don't like that thing. But I did go into it. I did play the Google Earth thing for a little bit before I was bored with that. Uh, but then I played Half Life Alex. I played a game called WRC. I think that's it. And I mean, and I watched. I was watching a YouTube video on my computer screen that was floating in the VR world with great quality, honestly, too. Like the quality looked like 4K. It looked like a 4K fucking TV while I was in the VR. But anyways, it was. But other than that, yeah, I hung out in that little lobby room for a minute where you get to choose the game. I hung out there and I was like playing with some fucking paintbrush that was like in the air paintbrush. You could paint in 3D or whatever. It was pretty cool. Uh, but no, I'm not like super into it, guys. I'm not super into it. If I was, believe me, I'd tell you my gamer tag and everything, and we could all fucking jump on there and bullshit. But I'm not super into it. Pro Mortalestin God Mode wrote, "Same for me. If some memories bother me, I stop making content. I stop making content. I didn't know you made content. Primortalist. I'll check your channel out." He wrote, I'm too afraid it influences my videos content too much, and that when later I watch it, it reminds me too much of my drama when I recorded the video. Really? That's actually the opposite of what I normally preach to people. Um, I think people that, for me personally, it helps to make the YouTube videos when I'm struggling or uh, I would say a video diary would be the one of the better therapies. That's what I always preach. I always say talk to a camera or into a microphone on camera, tell it your issues, tell it what's on your heart, and watch it back. And I mean, maybe the way that I do it is the way that it's beneficial. Maybe other people can't be that way. I mean, I don't know, but for me, it helps. But Going through a life trauma, like a heavy duty life trauma, something you have to process for months, you could say. Making content, I do feel sort of detached, or it does feel sort of weird. But I'm doing the best I can. I mean, if you guys can take this, whatever version of me I can give you guys at whatever time I give it to you guys, as long as you guys are cool with it, I'm kind of cool with it. Uh, SDD would WD WR 6309 wrote, like, bro, man, come up with something like Pink Puppy, or I don't know, man, something readable. I can't. What am I supposed to say? For me, anything in this false fractal simulation eternity, all possible or even impossible options are less than zero. I what? Wait, I'm sorry. This confused me. For me, anything in this false fractal simulation eternity, all possible or even impossible options are less than zero. I am more nothing than prisoners in isolation. There is nothing in whole world, even emptiness, absence of everything is more than this place. I am bored like living death, like I was stuck in TV show someone forgot to stop. Jesus, bro. SDD, bro, you just took me into another dimension for a second there. My goodness. Uh, the beginning was kind of confusing, but after you said that, all possible or even impossible options are less than zero shit, like when you start saying, I am nothing, more nothingness than prisoners in isolation, I started understanding the comment. It was a great comment. I feel you, brother. It sucks. This reality, when you become honest about it, it's so difficult to deal with. Uh, Triple Lindy wrote at 3146, I crack the hell up every time you do this. I love accents myself. Oh, I was like, what? Do what? I know I crack people up with my southern one. And then Shengel wrote, yeah, you do. Does Triple Lindy make videos? I'll open that up and check your videos out too, Triple Lindy. Uh, I grew up around, actually, being in Florida, I guess you could say I grew up around almost like every different culture. Like motherfuckers from New York, motherfucking street kids, bikers, rednecks, or Southern people. Like when my first job, I'm talking like where I was paying taxes and shit, was like a place called Decked Out Construction. And I was 17, just graduated high school, started working, and the dude that was kind of like training me how to build lips, which is the top and bottom part of a spall cabinet, his name was Jimmy. And man, this motherfucker, when I first started working there, the only thing I heard that dude say was "badown, badown." That's it. He had a, and okay, so I like look at people's faces when they talk, and it helps me like read what they're saying. And he had this thick mustache, big thick beard. Jimmy did, and man, if I'd ask Jimmy a fucking question, man, I'd say, Jimmy, so what do I do after I cut the corners? And all I would hear him reply was, down, 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 down. And I was like, man, what the fuck is this dude saying? I said to my brother got me the job. He was working there at the time. I said, man, can you understand that dude when he's talking to you? And he's like, yeah, yeah. He's like, I understand him. He's like, I didn't understand him for the first couple months, but now I understand him. And that's about what it took me. It took me, well, I'd say about a month before I was kind of understanding the Badero, and I was able to make out with Jimmy. Jimmy was actually one of the coolest dudes I ever worked with. Hard worker, good dude. Uh, he was just a good, all around good dude. But I couldn't understand a fucking word he said. But then I grew up around, I guess you could say, the redneck. So it was everything on the fucking radio was Leonard. It was all, just that era of music. And I grew up around every era, every type of music culture too. Now I think about it. Jeez. Huh. Well, anyways, I don't mind accents. Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes they're funny. It is interesting to me though that I don't know if it's in just in like popular culture, but how people with southern accents are sort of depicted as like slow or stupid or crazy or dumb. which is weird to me. Some of the most intelligent people I ever met had Southern accents, and I sound sort of Southern sometimes when I talk. Yeah, I mean, I grew up around these people, but uh, yeah, every time you picture like the crazy crowd of weirdos in every movie, they're always Southern folks, or like they're the creepy boys in the mountains playing banjos. They're these creepy like Southern folks, and they just always depict Southern folks as like batshit crazy, hills have eyes looking ass, banjo playing, fucking, you know, squeal like a pig ass motherfuckers, bro. One sec, guys. Excuse me, jeez. One hit me right before I freaking turned the mic on. I'm sorry, guys. Mr. Meeseeks wrote, because suffering is very, very real, you will never convince me this is a simulation. Tell me, Christopher, what is the purpose of suffering if this is only a simulation? That's a great question. I think I asked that in a recent video. I don't understand that either. What is the point? Why not make a simulation where we're all just happy? Um, some people would argue that because when you're in a state of discomfort or unhappiness, whatever, misery, suffering, depression, that we produce something that something else feeds off. It's the only thing that could make sense, because you're absolutely right. There's a ridiculous amount of suffering in this reality for no reason. But that doesn't disprove it's a simulation. I don't know how that would disprove it's a simulation. Wouldn't that kind of prove it's a simulation? Because our existence is sort of dismissed by whatever created. Like, it doesn't really care what happens to us, right? Like, not really, really, you know? So I would say maybe that sort of proves it is a simulation. I mean, I don't know, but he wrote, if it is not something other than a sim, who or what gains from the suffering? That's a great question. I don't know. Some people call it the Archon, the fucking that's weird. I had to thumbs up your comment 3 times before it actually worked, Mr. Meeseeks. Jeez. I don't know who gains from our suffering, because we sure as hell don't. It fucking sucks from our perspective. Canham Claren commented back to Mr. Meeseeks, perhaps sentient suffering is consciousness and vice versa. It would explain the symbols of Sisyphus and Ouroboros. Uh, and then Schengel commented on that. He wrote, just because you can experience the simulation as if it's real doesn't make it not a simulation. It's no different than dreaming. Yeah, yeah, I agree with Shengel's saying here. It's like that doesn't disprove it's a simulation. Um, Pink Destroy Evsky wrote, it's not just humans slash animals also suffer. This world is parasitical. Everything in nature, everything, all parasites feeding off each other. Mr. Meeseeks commented back to Pink, exactly. That is just more evidence this is not a simulation. Why is that evidence this isn't a simulation? Like Mr. Meeseeks, there you can literally get into an altered state of consciousness and see code running in the surfaces of all things, including your skin. There's something called the Mandela effect, where mass amounts of people all have a false memory, like code was changed or something. How do you do that? That makes no sense. The synchronicities in reality. What do you mean this is? Why do you keep saying this is not a simulation? I don't understand that. But anyways, and then Pink Destroy commented back, "Can you elaborate, please?" Yeah, elaborate. Why are you saying that? That's evidence, anyways. And then Shengel commented in the same. Oh, at Mr. Meeseeks, that's not evidence of it not being a simulation. If you exist within a simulation, whether originally from outside that simulation or as a literal NPC of the simulation itself, you can still experience suffering within that simulation. It only depends on how advanced the simulation is. The fact that you can experience things here is no way evidence against it being a simulation. Yeah, I agree with what he's saying. I don't really. Well, anyways, I need more detail. Like, I'm not a fan of making a statement. Like, make a statement and then explain your statement. Don't say, you know what, I think this. And then it's like we're all sitting there confused. Like, well, okay, but why do you think that? Did you put it into perspective so people can understand what you're saying? It sounds like you're scared that it's a simulation, Mr. Meeseeks, if I'm being brutally honest. Digital Loom wrote, at 1943, real shit said about our supposedly loving God. I'm disgusted by this design. Uh, yeah, me too. Digital Loom, it's fucking, it's a dookie boy realm. We suffer for no reason. Hey, I'm V wrote, uh, clapping hands. Uh, what the hell? Anyways, PKOSB wrote, I see things the same as you do. Anyone worshiping anything is feeding the evil that runs this place. Of course, I used to not believe that, always hoping there's a loving God, but I've let that go because it's obvious bullshit. I have to go by facts. Thanks, Chris. You're welcome, PK. I know that's a weird thing to thank me for. I've, I've, we've agreed that we're both in hell, where there's no loving God that ever cared. It sucks. It's bad news all the time. Sorry, love. Uh, Amir Bell 69 wrote, they're probably rich. Who? Who's probably rich? I don't know what you meant by that. Amir Bell also commented, the only thing that feels natural, I think they meant the only thing that feels natural is sleep. Uh, the only thing that feels natural is energy. Like if I had high energy during my awake hours and not feeling so drained of energy, I wouldn't crave sleep so much. What I crave is energy. Unfortunately, sleep's the only place where I can produce it. And again, I try to go to the gym at least 2 days a week, and I'm not, in my 20s anymore. So I stay sore in my life a lot. If I can exercise, I try to exercise. I just feel better mentally when it just makes sense. Like it's like hitting a punching bag. It's like swimming or jump roping, like any of that. Jumping on a trampoline. It just feels good to move. But anyways, what was I talking about? I lost my train of thought. Doesn't matter. John's Journey wrote, I feel it's okay to express the real feelings inside of us, but staying in a hopeless teaching and point of view becomes pointless after some time. I agree with this 1,000%. This is like kind of what I'm getting at. I'm just like, okay, we're in hell. It sucks. Now what? It doesn't help anybody. It really doesn't. Like, it sucks. Becoming brutally honest with the truth, you see things the way that they are, but you end up in a hell realm. And then you realize being in that hell realm, being in the truth, doesn't benefit anybody. You just can go there. It sucks. Well, anyways, he wrote, what is the meaning of saying that religious people are sheep, for example? If there's no alternative to offer them, wake them up to what? Dark teachings that lead to the S word? That's a great comment, John's Journey. I struggle with these same thoughts as well. And I see you got some attention on your comments, so we're going to go over this. Canham Claren commented back, if the transcendental truth leads one to S word, then what are implications regarding the truth and the nature of existence? Perhaps it's just one eternal transcendental tragedy due to pure cosmic necessity and hard meta fatalism. Ooh, that's a tough thought to chew. That's a tough thought to chew. I mean, was this reality just created from a primordial state Godhead and just in its primordial state created such a realm, and we're sort of forever cursed to experience a realm like this just out of pure curiosity of said Godhead, to see what would happen to us? That's a hard, anyways, that's a hard pill to swallow. Shingal Thunder commented, the alternative, back in this comment reply thing, back and forth, you could say. The alternative is for them not to be religious, laugh out loud. The alternative to being a sheep is not being a sheep. That's a great point. He wrote, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with the S word, especially if you're in a simulation. It's the religious that taught you there was something wrong with it to begin with. Uh, and then Canham Claren commented back to Shengel, thanks for replying. Good point. Only thing I would draw attention to would be if none of us were capable of preventing ourselves having our consciousness manifest in this realm this time, then what has changed that would suggest we can prevent it automatically manifesting here again with against our will? Say post unaliving. Generic subjective continuity suggests that we could just non-consensually spawn back here, most likely with a memory wipe. Laugh out loud. Brutal. Yeah, Canem, it's brutal. That's a hard, brutal truth to deal with if that is in fact true. This is something that I guess you could say a fear of mine that we had no I feel like I had no choice coming into this realm this time. And if I had pre-memories, they were taken from me. Now, whether I agreed to it, whether it was done forcefully, it was done. Because I don't, you could say in meditation, I sort of have memories of other people's lives, but that could just be me tapping into some sort of collective consciousness that's outside of my body, not my personal past lives. But I do seem to have memories from other people's lives, even other time periods, you could say. Um, but when I meditate deeply, but again, that could be some sort of just maybe I'm tapping into that damn the hill or whatever those nonverbal kids are talking about. Who knows what that is? Maybe these are people I'm connected to on a deeper level. I don't know. But um, I'm sorry. Give me one second. I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to. Yeah, dude. What I do know for sure is that I'm here. And whether I was wiped or not or whatever, I'm here and I didn't agree to come here. And that tells me that whatever put me here has probably got the power to put me here again. If I'm it's just being brutally honest, logical, again, I'm not trying to scare anybody away or like I just have to be honest. And that scares the fuck out of me because that's like, man, I don't know, maybe this whole like dude, if you did something and the cops came and you said to them, I demand you leave me be. I stand in my sovereignty. They're gonna say, man, shut your bitch ass up, give you a fucking slap, put your hands behind your back, put a knee in the back of your neck, put some cuffs on you, and say, get your bitch ass in the car, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what you said. And it's weird to me that people could be manhandled in this reality against their will and not think that the God that created it can't manhandle them the same way he did this time around when they leave this motherfucker. Again, then I would say, can we make the world a better place then? Because if all of our souls are stuck here permanently, maybe it's done for a good reason. And it's like, hey, you're at that level. Until you meet monkeys can be better than that level, you're going to stay at that level. And then people will argue, well, then there's these hidden agenda weirdos that are always fighting back against humanity, preventing us from evolving, preventing us from progressing. And again, it's a constant chaotic shit show that never leads anywhere but to more questions and confusion. The Matrix is done very well. It's a very well knit quilt. Shengel wrote back to Canham Claren. He wrote, whether success or failure, the goal is to simply try. At the bare minimum, anything else is just quitting. Anything else is simply acquiescing to the slavery. Even if I fail eternally, I will never acquiesce. That's a good word. The first place I ever heard that word used was David Icke. He said that, acquiesce. And I was like, the fuck's that mean now? I got to go and figure out another motherfucking word. Go on Google acquiesce. I was like, oh, that's a great word. I should have been using that the whole time. That's a great word to explain people. They just fall in line. They just get, man, I hate motherfuckers that acquiesce. To me, they're NPCs. Canham Claren wrote, and if they're not NPCs, man, that's even worse, bro. That's even, anyways. Canham Claren wrote, I completely respect that position. Inspiring. Thank you. Man, humans are evolving. Look at this. Like, conscious people are having back and forth. They're They're not getting mad at each other. They're going, well, that was a great point. And this is the way human beings should have always communicated. People just get mad when you disagree with them. And even if you tell them a better point of view that's more logical, that makes more sense, and instead of doing what I'm saying here, well, yeah, that's a great point. And people will get mad at you. It's like weird. They're low level. That's what I'm saying. They belong in a realm like this. Some of these people belong in a realm like this. If there is a thing where consciousness leaves past this realm, people are waiting for Jesus to come back. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. If Jesus existed and he moved past this realm, and he isn't a child sniffer like that dude, that crazy dude Amon is saying or whatever, uh, he's not coming back. The goal is to get out of this realm, not come back and save motherfuckers. No, it's to evolve past it. I think because I don't think you can fix a realm like this. And if you can, humanity's just cursed to not be able to do it for some reason. Humanity's just cursed to be stuck in a warring state, a low-level meat monkey, primitive greed, monetary. Just it's a gross. Humans suck. They're low-level turds, bro. Once you've realized that, I think there really is nothing you need past that. Really, like once you go, oh, this place sucks. To me, I think you've passed the test. I mean, I know that sounds very simple. That sounds very simple, but I really believe that. Like once you've gone, I don't like this, but I don't want to be here. This place ain't cool. I don't like this place at all. This place ain't for me. I'm not coming back. If I do leave, I'm not coming back. I think you've passed the test. And if it's like we're saying earlier, where it don't matter anyway. You pass the test, fail the test, your soul's getting fucking shoved back anyways. Then can we please get out of our low level warring misery state? Because we're all stuck here. We're all stuck here if that's true. John's Journey wrote at my he put it at some nobody's name, and then he wrote, my point is if you don't have a solution, why would you want to wake up a sheep? Let them have comfort in religion. Wake them up for what? To tell them it's all hopeless? That's a great point. And this isn't funny. Shengel's response, I don't know, it's just straightforward. He wrote, fuck their comfort. I'm sorry. Shengel, that's not nice. That is funny though. This poor dude, John's Journey, like, speaking from the heart, and she's like, well, I got to address both because that was just kind of funny. I just wanted to put that into perspective. One more time, it's like, my point is, if you don't have a solution, why would you want to wake up a sheep? Let them have comfort in religion. Wake them up for what? To tell them it's all hopeless? Fuck their comfort. And then Jacob wrote, it's not hopeless. And then he wrote, rebel against the system, and left a link to a YouTube video. And then left another link to another YouTube video, and then another link to another YouTube video, another link to it. Okay, so he left like 4 links to a YouTube video. He wrote, if you can see my replies, if you can't see my replies, switch to newest comment. The AI loves to hide my words. Dude, if you leave links to things, Shengel, you're lucky these stick. Most of the time, my shit don't stick, bro. If I leave comments on other shit, bro, my comments are gone anyways. Especially, dude, if I leave links, you're leaving links and they're sticking. How are you doing that? Like, I wish I could leave links to videos. Are you kidding me? Back when I first started my channel, I could leave links to my channel, but after a while, I got like shadow banned or something. And then motherfuckers was asking me like, "Why do you keep deleting my comments?" Like, bro, come on. Shagel commented, "If you, oh no, I already read that. I got to thumbs up these because then I'll forget that I already covered them or whatever. Plus, they're all usually great comments anyway, so why wouldn't I thumbs up them? I mean, I usually even thumbs up the dickheads. Sometimes I see comments that are trying to stir up trouble or whatever. I just ignore those fucking dorks, or I block their stupid little comment. Like, come on, bro. Like, what is the point of that? Like, just saying some dumb shit. Like, okay, congratulations on being a fucking idiot. Anyways, Canon Claren commented back. He wrote, exactly. That's why I've stopped trying to wake anyone else up. The truth might simply be a cosmic necessity, transcendental tragedy. It's possible that consciousness equals mandatory sentient suffering and vice versa. The hard, fatalistic metaphysical, perpetual motion machine of existence. Pure cosmic necessity. No God of authority, just this. Yeah, Claire, if that's true, it is. It's a tough reality to deal with. Um, Sometimes I wonder if God did create us in like this primordial state, and he like you could say like just came into existence or realized his existence, or if he's an infinite being, did he come all into existence at once? And that's why the primordial type existence is because you could say he was even creating things from a childlike state or baby like state. This reality could have been created by God in a state of fear or panic, in a state of prey and predator, fearing for its own existence. What is this? I fear for my existence. Am I mortal? And Earth reality comes into existence where one sec. Anyways, but Earth existence comes into existence, and you have fucking reptiles pulling creatures into the water, like a fear of the abyss. Like like I could create water, but then I fear is there something in there that could get me. And the second I think that, or God thinks that, it creates the goddamn kraken, or the whatever's in the oceans, or evil sharks, alligators. I just think that this reality could have been created by God in a primordial state. And if God's infinite, he wasn't always full of infinite wisdom. He came into existence all at once. So you could say he was full of infinite wisdom in the beginning. But you could say if he has no beginning, he must have had a beginning. Maybe time was created in the Godhead thought of where am I? When am I? Maybe that's when time was created. By that point, maybe he already created realms. Maybe he already had thoughts that created realms. Maybe he came to the realization later, and that's why a primordial realm could be created. I mean, I don't know. I think about this kind of shit all the time. I don't know, guy. I wish I knew. Dead Inside wrote, I shared this on my channel. Chris, thank you, Dead. I appreciate it. Anytime somebody shares my videos, I super appreciate it, guys. Thank you all so much. Uh, it helps my channel grow. Just so we can see if I can get past 2K again, it'll probably going to revert me back to 1200. Something will happen. The system update. I it was maybe I am pessimistic, but the truth is these are the hands that I'm dealt constantly. So I'm talking about my existence. It's not like I'm really complaining. It's like, man, this is what happens all the time. Believe me, if I woke up and I had 20,000 subscribers overnight, I would notice that too. I would talk about that too. I'm just talking about the shit that happens all the time. It's not that I'm pessimistic. It's that life's a piece of shit. Thank you, Dead Inside. I appreciate you. He commented, our brains are quantum nodes, measure the mass, charge, or spin of a thought. That breaks Planck's number. Excuse me, guys. Therefore, it's a simulation on multiple quantum computers, including our brains. We are just data, corrupt data at that. It's some, it's some kind. I'm sorry, that wasn't funny. He wrote, it's some kind of collapse simulator because all events are negative. Name a human-wide positive event. Name 3 of them. That's what I thought. Well, that's funny. That actually relates to what I was just saying a second ago. I was just saying something a second ago. Basically, like, this is what life does. It's always nasty and negative. Like, he's agreeing with me, or I'm agreeing with him, or something's happening. But anyways, yeah, he's right. Or well, I'd say his arguments could be right from a logical perspective. Would make more sense. Dead Inside wrote, "Don't stress on us, dog. We know where you are, and we know everything there is going to be a full diaper experience to us. We understand if you go. Thank you, Dead Inside. I appreciate that, dude. Uh, but I ain't going anywhere. It still hasn't broken me yet. Let the misery machine beat me down some more. I'm still here, guys. I'm crawling through the coals and fucking broken glass. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish I was telling you guys everything. And there is good news, but actually, I can't even tell you guys about it. Uh, but it is what it is. I well, I'll say, I got a. I can say I got a donation recently, but I also say when I get donations, I like to say who gave me the donation, how much they gave me. But thank you for the donation. It helped a lot. It's right at a period in time where uh, I'll just say your timing was impeccable, brother. I appreciate you. Nathan Mandala wrote, "You're right. It makes no sense. That's why we need to make as much sense of all of this as we possibly can while we are here and start to create something different and better for ourselves and each other." I agree with this. He wrote, "It's up to us to build our own sanctuaries and find solitude within the circle of our soul tribe. Inspire with authenticity and create at all times, and be real in everything that we do. That is the only living temple and true energy while we are on this planet. I'm with you, you are with me, and we are the absolute essence, Chris." Thank you, Nathan Mandela. I hope that's true. I hope that I'm something beautiful that came from somewhere else. Uh, Did those emotions, Chris. Don't be human. Brownstone Bear commented, "Love you, bud." Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I love you too, brother. Magic Zebra commented, "Life's interesting." And if by interesting you mean a steaming pile of dog shit. Sometimes. Sometimes it is zebra, sometimes it ain't. But I'd say a lot of the times, brother, it is. Tom Shepard, a dookie boy around, ain't it? Tom Shepard wrote, "I shouldn't have brought up the loss of my mother when you revealed why you're so down. It's okay, Tom." Give me one sec, guys. All right, guys. So, Tom, I read your comment. I didn't feel that way, bro. I didn't feel like you were trying to drama one up me or whatever. And I wouldn't think something like that, anyways. I appreciate it. Don't worry about it, dude. But um, I wouldn't think that if I am dealing with the loss of my mom, that's a tough thing to deal with for anybody. I don't know. Maybe if you hated your mom, it wouldn't be a big deal, um, but I also understand that when what I'm dealing with right now didn't stop the rest of the reality from having their traumas handed to them left and right. They're in the process of my trauma. That's all this place does to us, dude. So I would never look at it like that, anyways. But Paul Zane commented, "Haha, your videos never get old." Thank you, Zane. I appreciate that. Uh, Joker's Yu-Gi-Oh 666 wrote, makes you wonder how makes you wonder how did we end up in this realm. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's just funny to me anytime somebody puts 666 in their comment. They're just like, are they being edgy? Are they actually a Satanist? Or what? I understand that whole like understanding Lucifer's perspective. Like Lucifer was actually the first dude to try to wake them up from being NPCs. You could say if it's a simulation theory. Uh, and then think about, and then God says he's a bad guy for doing that. And like, well, what did you want us to do before we ate from the fruit? What did you want us to do? To just walk around eating all the other fruit? That's all you want us to do? Just walk around and eat fruits? That's what you wanted for us? That was our existence, was going to be that. Anyways, but I don't know. I never experienced the pre-fall fucking world. Maybe it was better. I don't know. why do I feel intuitively like I'm from a place like that sometimes? Like I'm from this realm where it wasn't ugly like this or nasty and mean, and just people weren't so aggressive and weird. And uh, I see humanity as low, very low. Well, anyways, I don't know where the hell I'm from to feel that way. Humanity's the only thing I've ever experienced. I mean, I know. I don't know. I mean, I think Shane Gill wrote, "Mushrooms and magic. I'm down. Where are we going?" I'd love to. Are you kidding me? I would definitely. Yeah, you tell me where we're going. I don't know. What am I supposed to set this shit up? Have one of them DMT dudes set it all up or whatever. Let's go to his house and fucking look at the I don't know the code in the wall or whatever. I want to go do that shit. I want to go. I want to do that shit. I want to see the code or whatever for myself. I want to see it in my skin, running in my skin. Uh, what the fuck would so? I wonder if it would run in smoke. Like if he went into a smoke-filled room, or you could say a very humidity. I want to put that comment on his video. I wonder if he's done that because you obviously you can't look at the light. Like people always say, "Can you see the code in mirrors?" Like, bro, if I shine a fucking laser into a mirror, it's going to blind me. You want me to look at? Anyways, people say that shit all. Well, they used to. I don't know if they still say that on his channel, but I wonder if he's had that done that, shine the laser through another medium like smoke or water or mist, whatever you want to call it. Get one of them damn dry ice machines or fog machines. Fill up a room with that shit and see if you can see the code running in the laser as it's a laser in the air. Well, anyways, but Shengel wrote, embrace those laughing moments. They're authentic, bro. I do, believe me. Like I said, I'm teeter tottering on a line between sanity and insanity on a daily basis. So when I start laughing, bro, believe me, I love it. I appreciate it. Race Hilnol wrote, it's hard to keep my head above water most days. Usually I just feel like I'm drowning. I'm sorry, Race. That fucking sucks, dude. Race or Raise. uh, and then that's life for most people. That's life for most people. And then people actually like argue how this realm. So, anyways, Kim Bam 1282 wrote 100%. That's a funny name. I like that name, Kim Bam. That's a funny name. Uh, uh, but Harry Person 4037 wrote, "You, sir, are absolutely right. Thank you, Harry Person. I appreciate you, bro." Ozzy 2845 wrote, "If it was possible to destroy whatever this is, somebody would have already done it just for fun. Some people on this prison realm community think they're gonna become Doom Guy and blast demons or something." Laugh my ass off. I'm sorry. That was a funny comment, but I don't know. Oh my god, dude, this is an interesting comment reply video, bro. Like, oh my god, it's like, it's funny, but I don't know. I kind of understand Ozzy's argument too. It's like, bro, like really, what are you guys watching anime and thinking like you're gonna die and fucking you're gonna just get so mad. You're gonna just get so mad. You're gonna be like, you're gonna turn into like Super Saiyan Vegeta or something. And, you fucking Archons, and everything. You're gonna, and it's gonna be like when Gohan went Super Saiyan fucking 2 when he was fighting Cell and Cell fucking stomped the robot dude's head and he fucking snapped something in Gohan's brain and made him go crazy. That was actually one of my favorite moments in Dragon Ball Z when he went Super Saiyan 2. His scream, or I should say her scream was pretty dope when he went Super Saiyan 2. I say she because the voice actor is actually a female. She had a very scratchy, she had a cool voice though for Gohan. But like, is that what you guys think is like? And you're just gonna be like, you're gonna be fucking command main. People are fucking shooting laser beams out of your eyes, and well, what do you think you're going to do? Just being conscious and dying. I kind of agree with Ozzy too. That's why it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But some people have it in their minds they're going to go fucking off themselves and destroy this archon head on, head first. I'm going to kill the whole fucking god of this realm. Is again, like Ozzy said, there's so many creeps dying in this realm. Somebody would have, if he was killable, somebody at this point, just based off the ratio of weirdos, would have killed him already, just because somebody would have did it just to see what happened. There's just enough crazy or weird motherfuckers in this reality. Like the odds. Anyways, somebody would have did it just to do it. But I always argue there's been plenty of motherfuckers that died that would really hate the god of this realm. Imagine being a soldier, or not a soldier, being attacked by a soldier, but imagine being a sailor back in the day and you having your storefronts bombarded by cannon fire, your hut set on fire by crazy Vikings, and your wife murdered and R-worded and blah blah blah. Imagine what happens in that guy's mind to him in his little heavenly experience in this realm. Uh, he's going to become a madman and lose his mind, and he's going to have a vendetta in his heart. He would walk into a store with 10 Vikings sitting there armed by himself with one fucking dagger. He would this reality would do a number on him. um, uh, I ended up losing. I'm sorry. I ended up losing my train of thought. Well, I don't know why I allowed the comments to distract me, but that's the way my brain works. I get easily distracted, and that's why I sucked at school. Like I could not do school. Like I was always in my own head, always focused on something else. It's very difficult. But I can't remember the point that I was trying to make. Uh, there was a point that I had to make, but I ended up losing my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. It happens, and I don't want to edit the video right now. Uh, I'd rather get. I haven't done comment replies in a minute, so there's a lot to do. Ryan Watson wrote, Chris, it's been a while, bro. I think the exact way you do. I can't stand being here. Every day I wake, it's just more of the same, a punishment I never asked for. I guess one positive thing is we're suffering this place together. Isn't that great? The one I've said this before too. I know it sucks that I'm programmed to feel okay knowing other people are struggling the same shit I am, because that's not a good thing really, because I don't really want other people struggling the same thing I am. But anyways, I am programmed that way too. It's like, I guess, well, the one thing is we're suffering hell together, bud. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. He wrote, just know I'm glad I found you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. He wrote, so if anything, you helped me to keep going through this madness, so I thank you, bro. That's worth more to me than anything here. Shows how important you really are. Don't give up, because there are others like me that need you. Thanks, my brother. Love and respects. You're welcome, Ryan. I appreciate you. Uh, Liberation from the Matrix linked me a video. I'll look at that in a minute. Uh, the Final Days wrote, how would they be caught or stopped? They're the ones we'd call to stop them. That's a good point. Laugh out. Well, I'm saying in this current age where, I don't know, man, like people really could get any information they want about anybody and about anything really. Like if you're really a good, let's say you really worked for the FBI or the CIA, you're telling me every single one of them is corrupt, and then people are going to argue, well, it's compartmentalized, so not all of them have to be corrupt. They take orders from the top down, and I get that argument. But still, there'd be one that would like, at least one on a high level, right? That's just like, man, what we're doing is fucked up. Man, what we're doing is evil and treacherous, and man, we're deceiving people and lying. You could say nobody at the top would say that, because then they'd end up fucking, you know, that they S-worded themselves by jumping off a bridge, shooting themselves in the head twice, and then stabbing themselves in the back 8 times before landing and getting hit by 2 semi trucks, and then devoured by a wild cougar or something. Like I'm telling you, bro. I don't know, but he wrote, he wrote, I figured that was evident by now, but I still think that it's not entirely human in origin. I wish I knew for sure how to at least escape it. Yeah, the final days, I'm at that point now too. I just want to know what's going on. Am I in an evil hell realm? Okay, thanks for letting me know, Ark. At least now I know. I would like to know what the fuck's going on too. Uh, Time Supia wrote back to the final days, just do or do not. There is no try. Uh, I don't know if I agree with that, Time Supia. There's definitely a try. Well, I mean, to a degree, you're right. You could say you either do or you don't. But man, some days it's a struggle to do, isn't it? It's a struggle to do. It's tough. It's hard to get out of bed some days. Rick Flair wrote, what if the point of this video game realm on nightmare difficulty is how high of an age level you can make it to? Like an endless game mode where you can't win, just see how far you can go. Only getting harder with more suffering. Oh my god, dude. Ric Flair, you are killing me, bro. Man, I was about to start having a good moment, and then you fucking set this weight on my heart. Oh, my heart. Oh, I'm dying. Help me. Bro, it's tough, man. I hope that shit ain't true, bro. What the fuck would you even say that shit for? I hope that ain't true. Let's just see how long we can live. I made it to 105, and I can't close my mouth. I don't want to do it. That doesn't sound like a game that's fun, bro. I hate that idea. Stacey Adams wrote, Deep truth be told. Thank you, Stacey. I try to be the deepest truther of all truthers. Adele Ramcharan wrote, Thanks for this title. Hate it here as always. Oh, multi-dimensional being trapped in hell. You're welcome, love. I try to think of, well, usually I don't have the title to a video unless I have a topic written down. Then I can just look at the topic and I can make a title up easy. But usually at the end of the video, if I haven't found it in the video, when I'm editing the video, I'm putting the pieces together and I'm watching them back. I usually watch the video in whole back, uh, just to make sure I didn't edit in no weird clips. I didn't know I was being recorded. Maybe I'll get up and pull a wedgie out of my butt crack or something weird on camera. You know what I'm saying? But usually when I'm editing, if I can't come up with a title while I'm editing, I'll find one. But I was trying to think of one. I'm like, man, what's actually going on here? I'm a multi-dimensional being. Oh no, multi-dimensional being. Okay, so I'm thinking of the wrong fucking comment. I'm telling the wrong fucking story for the wrong comment. It was actually the comment. I'm thinking of another comment. I think it was photon projection. I can't remember photon projection thinking out loud or something. I'm telling you the wrong story. I'm telling the wrong story. Anyways, multi-dimensional being trapped in hell. That's what it feels like. It feels like sometimes it feels like there's a bunch of different avenues of reality that I could tap into. Like there really is. There's like 100 of them at this point. I haven't tapped into any of them except this fucking misery pit one. She Got Helicopters wrote, really feel you whenever you talk about how this reality/life has broken your heart, especially when it could have been good. Just what the fuck? It could have been good. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, I shouldn't have drank that damn detox fucking juice before making the video. I really shouldn't drink or eat nothing because it always causes I don't know, my lungs to fucking I don't know, feel like there's shit in there. Anyways, Project Birdfeeder Man wrote, Hello, nice cello, inmate of a loosh farm. I'm staying in the Hobby Lobby, being a boring NPC bird feeder man in my pussy boy. This isn't funny, but anyways, in my pussy boy. Wait, did I lose track? And bird feeder in my pussy boy comfort zone, dude. I seen because the way you wrote pussy, bird feeder, you wrote P space U space 55 space Y space boy. And when I looked back up, I didn't remember reading that. So I seen 55-year-old boy like in my peripheral. I'm like, what the fuck am I? Did I read the wrong shit? But I'm sorry. Anyways, in my pussy boy comfort zone, with my can of hopium at 0%. He's like, you guys know when the fucking what was that shit motherfuckers used to do in the back of the day? Duster, and their voice would get all deep and make you high as a kite. His duster can of hopium ran out of juice. This is like nothing coming out anymore, boys. He's shaking it, turning it upside down. Just it ain't even spitting out a nothing, bro. His can is dead, bro. 0%. Walking around the park, feeding the ducks every day. I wish everyone had. Do you do that? Why don't you record that? I want to see you feed these little motherfuckers. I want to see them come running up all weird looking, especially when they come out of the water and their feathers are all like pressed against their body and they run fast. Bro, they look so weird, bro. They're like this weird bipedal, non-armed, fucking weird little chicken looking thing, bro. They're funny, but anyways, he wrote, I wish everyone had a Carl Childers. What's that mean? Carl Childers? I don't even know what that is. Carl Childers from Sling Blade Simple Man Reality. That guy got his Kaiser blade and chopped. The boy was now safe. He didn't do his quantum activism cope, being a hero defeating invisible evil in the invisible realm. Oh my God, Project Birdfeeder has now taken us all back to physical reality number one. No! Project Birdfeeder, you're not allowing us to evolve. He's right. He's right. Dude, Project Birdfeeder, man, I think that what's happening, bro, is an actual like technology, man. There's no way everybody's becoming this like weird, delusional, all simultaneously. It's like, I think that the tower technology just got super strong and everybody's just projected to be this docile little fucking weirdo. Even if it gives them all cancer, who cares? Project these weird frequency. I don't know what's going on, dude, but there's definitely some sort of astral realm. There's just too many people that have experienced it. Um, I hope what they're saying isn't true. Um, I hope what you're saying is true. I hope all we have to do is go and kill the evil bad guys and it would fix everything. But again, how do you do that? How do you do that? If you figure it out, though, dude, in the meanwhile, feeding your ducks, you let me know, bro. You email me, and I'll be there. Whiston commented, "You ever seen The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves? I have seen that movie. That was a great movie. I remember that scene where their faces turned into demons and shit, bro. Wasn't it his wife? I think his wife was losing her mind or something. She was seeing some people's faces turn into demons, bro. I seen something similar to that before, man. Just, anyways, Tim commented back, movies, especially the ones with Keanu Reeves, depict much. At some point, I realized key on, O. Reeves? O is like I don't know, it sneaks its little name into everything. Anyways, here, in terms of, I realized key points have to be reversed for truth. He made all who mean they had some awakening think in terms of simulation, games, trap, etc. The truth is esoteric, literally. He brought the Matrix idea to the masses in the Matrix. He's waking up into a nightmare. The movies sell mundane love. Maybe even he himself is reversed. I don't really know what that last part of that comment meant, but yeah, he has been in a lot of great movies. Uh, Tom Shepard commented, magic apparently works, but I've never been able to get it to work when I tried. I usually just get weird syncs. You can't really manifest anything worthwhile anyway, like winning the lottery, something that might actually benefit you in the long run. I don't think the creators of this place care much for magic since they fucking created it and can make shit go their way. It's not like you can change physics. At the end of the day, metal still rusts. You want to know what I think it is? Just a suspicion, but it could be the showrunners making stuff manifest for us so they can point and laugh and go, look at these idiots. They think they're doing magic. I think it's something like that too, Tom, something along those lines. No, 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 they're just being so, what is it? Spiritual, and they got that weird blank fucking stare to them, like they're literally like in the process of being possessed right in front of everybody to witness. Like for I don't know, some of these spiritual people, and they literally like their eyes are just stuck there, like hello, and everything is okay, and you are a magnificent infinite being, and everything in your life is perfect. And they're like the opposite of the dead-eyed. At least the dead-eyed look like battered humans still. They look like weird programmed robots or something. These fucking creeps I'm talking about. I'm sure you guys have seen them. They're the popular ones that always pop up. You watch one or two spiritual videos, and man, you'll see these people's faces over and over again. Anyways, he wrote, uh, or maybe it's extra dimensional beings changing shit. Who knows? It all just seems like changing the deck chairs on the Titanic. A good engineer seems to have more manifesting abilities than an expert magic wielder. Some people think there are occult initiations that can lead to becoming godlike or freeing oneself from this prison. I think it's an internal path. If there is a path to that, it has nothing to do with the external world. The external world's a distraction. Magic's another distraction. It's all like people longing for material gain, people wanting money, people wanting a better life in the physical realm. The physical realm itself is a distraction too. The way you're programmed to want those things is a part of the distraction. Um, but I think if you're going to become godlike, it's an internal path, not an external path. Anything external is just another part of the distraction. He wrote, "It was all too cryptic and weird to me. I could never get into it. You have to summon beings into your dreams and shit. I actually summoned who I think were Lilith and Nama. One of them essentially sexually assaulted me without my consent. One of them just straddled me. If they don't respect consent, then what else don't they respect?" At this point, bro, I don't give a fuck what they respect. Tell me how you summon them, bro. Are you kidding me? It sounds like the greatest fucking magic trick I've heard. How did you summon them, bro? Hey, Tom, let me know about that horrible thing that happened. I mean, I don't want them to straddle and rape me. I'm sorry, guys. Sounds like a good time. Anyways, he wrote, I don't know. It's a free will. I think I manifested Satan or pure evil one time in a deep meditation to the point that its presence, it sort of entered. Okay, the way that I had visualized it, or that the vision came to me, was in a visual. It was very creepy, like a man entering a room very quickly, so fast, walking towards me. I was sort of in the corner of the room, and he entered the room very quickly. And the way he was dressed, he was just dressed. He had like a shirt tucked into like slacks with a belt and maybe dress shoes. I can't remember what his face looked like, but I'd seen his, and he had moved into the room so quickly that I didn't even have time to prepare for his coming near me. And he had just brushed up against me, and just the presence of him was putrid. I mean, he just felt like when I imagine evil that hates humanity, like on a level that makes them look like sissies. Like he had this deepest, darkest, ugliest hatred inside of him that I couldn't even explain. And that meditation where I'd experienced who I think was the devil or evil itself manifested, it brushed up against me and I became ill. I became putridly sick the next day. I was vomiting. I mean, I think that night I became sick. But anyways, I wish I would have manifested up these fucking bitches you're talking about, bro. That'd have been better than some creepy motherfucker walking in all quick, got me, and then I'm all sick and shit. I'd rather have some fucking bitch. Anyways, fuck Lilith. Isn't Lilith the evil one? Isn't she like the one? Oh no, Sophia's the evilest one, isn't she? I don't know who's the evilest one, but man, at least they were nice to you. Anyways, I don't. I think that's funny. If they don't respect consent, what else don't they respect? Fucking bitches, leave Tom alone. Leave Tom alone, you evil demon ladies. Fuck Lilith and I don't know. He already did that. He didn't like it. I'm sorry. I almost said the other one's name. No, fuck Nama too. No. Anyways, he wrote, I don't know. I'm gonna do this one and wrap this one up, guys. I'm almost at the end of this clip. So he wrote, I don't know. It's a free will universe, is it not? Maybe the physical wasn't constructed by the dark ones. Maybe it used to be different, and their will turned it into a place of death and suffering. If that, well, you would think if something existed here, it would and it wasn't finite or mortal, it would eventually want to manifest death and suffering upon its, not suffering, but at least death. Who the hell would want to manifest suffering? But anyways, like who in their right mind would want to manifest suffering? I just don't get that. He wrote, I guess the God, the creator of this reality. Anyways, he wrote, if that's the case, then maybe there is something to magic. But if this whole place was made by a dark will, then maybe it's best to abandon it and go back to the light, and not the false light, the real light, true love, true care. Click on my channel. Okay, I'll check out your channel, Tom. And what do I got? I got like a minute and a half. Oh yeah, I'll just go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. I'll catch y'all on the next one.